It is official, folks. Kristian Campbell has made the opening day roster for the Boston Red Sox, presumably the starting second baseman for the 2025 team. And if you are excited for Kristian Campbell's MLB debut, I'm going to ask you right now to like the video. Welcome into this edition of the Red Sox Rundown. I am your host, Jack Lautaret, and it is officially official. The news broke last night that Kristian Campbell has officially made the Red Sox opening day roster. Ari Alexander, who, Chip, you might not know this, I actually interned with right before I went to college, was the first person to break this source. Kristian Campbell has been informed he's made the Red Sox opening day roster, and I'm just going to say off the top, I'm so excited for this debut. Not only because I'm going to get to be there in Texas, which is very exciting, but this guy has the potential, and we've been talking about this all spring training long, he has the potential to be a bona fide superstar. Let's go a little more in depth on Campbell because we haven't had a lot of time to talk about it. But his stats at Georgia Tech before he was drafted by the Red Sox were great. 65 hits, 24 RBIs, 29 walks, average of 376, and an OPS over 1 in 45 games with Georgia Tech. And now you're probably saying, Jack, that's really damn good. Well, it gets better, folks. He was a beast at Georgia Tech. We already know that. He was drafted as a fourth-round comp pick. And then last season, he truly broke out. In 115 games in different various levels of the minors, which included AA and AAA in Worcester, he had 142 hits, 77 RBIs, 20 home runs. He had an average of 330, and he had a 997 OPS. And he was named by Baseball America as their minor league player of the year. He was named by MLB Pipeline as their hitter of the year. He was named by everybody as their player of the year. And this kid is going to be a superstar. I know everyone's going to say, Jack, bad spring. Stats in the spring were bad. Did not look good. Did not earn the spot. I know that. I know you're going to say that in the comments down below. And please say that in the comments down below. Let's have a healthy debate. Spring training stats don't matter at the end of the day. This kid looked good. He was drawing long at bats. He was showing poise at the plate. And while it didn't always go his way, he looked like a mature hitter at the plate, and he showed the flashes of a really great defender at second base. So I have no doubt that he is going to mature, he's going to settle in, and he's going to be a big part of a successful Red Sox team this year. And I think he's got the potential to win the AL Rookie of the Year. Jason Dominguez right now is your leader in the clubhouse, which I think is BS. He has not looked that good in spring training. You've got Kristian Campbell in second place with plus 650 odds. Jackson Jobe is third. Roman Anthony, who we assume is not making the opening day roster, is fourth. And Cam Smith of the Astros is fifth. I think Campbell's got a real shot at Rookie of the Year. And this, might be the Red Sox bias and not liking the Yankees, but Jason Dominguez has not shown to be the Martian that we all thought he was going to be. He has not looked good defensively. He's looked okay at the plate, but I think Kristian Campbell has the potential to not just show up at the plate, but also flash the leather. We've seen numerous highlights this spring of him showing elite defensive potential. So if he, and this is all if he lives up to that billing, if he shows that he is the bona fide superstar that we think he can be in the next few years, I think he should be the front runner shoo-in to win AL Rookie of the Year. If it's not him, I think it might be Roman Anthony, but Campbell has the head start making the opening day roster. But you let me know, does Campbell win AL Rookie of the Year? What do you think? I want you to predict it for me. I want you to type a Y for yes if you think he does. I want you to type an N for no if you think he does not. I'm going to type my Y for yes right now because based on the betting odds that we saw, no one else was really showing out for me. But I think Kristian Campbell has a legitimate shot to win AL Rookie of the Year. And guys, I'm going to be at opening day. I'm going to be at Kristian Campbell's MLB debut. I'm going to be at his first series in Arlington, Texas. I will be boots on the ground Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for the Red Sox first 3 games of the season. We're going to be posting short-form content. I'm going to be posting videos from the stadium, recapping everything that we see in the first 3 games of the Red Sox 2025 season. Do not miss any of our opening day coverage, opening weekend coverage by making sure you hit that subscribe button Let's get to 1,500 subs. We are almost 300 subs away from that milestone. Help us get there. Hit that subscribe button for all of your opening day coverage. We did have more roster moves over the weekend. These are the 5 to get taken off the roster. Someone said on Twitter the other day, "Why are they treating this like a draft? It's like every day or so, every few hours or so, someone else gets cut." But here are the moves. Adam Ottavino opted out of his contract. He was released by the Red Sox. Matt Moore did not exercise opt-out. He will go down to Worcester. Quinn Priester has been optioned to AAA along with Trayce Thompson and Brian Mata. The biggest name, though, is Marcelo Meyer. Was told that he was being optioned to AAA to start this season. And look, we knew it was inevitable that these guys were probably not all going to make the roster. Chris Cotillo was the first one to report this. And I think we saw the writing on the wall. Campbell was probably the best shot of any of the big 3 to make the opening day roster. This is sad, but it is expected. Meyer had arguably the best spring of anyone on the big 3. However, it doesn't have to do with the stats on the field. This is another thing that I'm saying about spring training stats don't matter. It didn't have to do with the stats on the field. It had to do with something I'll talk about in a second, but his spring training stats were great. 12 hits, 11 RBIs. He had a home run. He had a 333 average and a 983 OPS. Meyer had the best spring training of the big 3, of Anthony, of Campbell. Meyer was the one that showed up and showed out. And honestly, if you were just basing it on spring training stats, he would be the one up at second base. But Campbell's the one that got the nod, and Meyer is going down to AAA. And the reason why is because of his health. Meyer has to prove that he can stay healthy at the AAA level. If he continues the production he had in spring training, and he shows that he can actually stay healthy, I don't think he's going to be in Worcester for that long, honestly, because he showed a lot of really good things in spring. He showed great things at the plate, and he showed he is one of the silkiest, smoothest infielders that we've seen in a long time. So if he can prove that he can stay healthy, and if he can keep the production up in Worcester, I think he'll be sniffing Fenway Park pretty soon. You guys let me know. I'm going to set the line at the All-Star break. Does Meyer get called up before the All-Star break? If you think he will, type C for call-up. If you think he stays in AAA, before the All-Star break, and maybe, comes up after, type S for stays. I don't know what the situation will be, but I think he will be one of the first call-ups if an injury happens and someone has to come up, if he can prove that he stays healthy. But you guys let me know. C for call-up, S for stays. We're going to finish off with Masataka Yoshida. I wanted to talk about the 3 biggest roster moves that have happened over the weekend, and this one was significant at the time, and then we got more clarification. Masataka Yoshida will not start the season on the IL. He will start the season on a rehab assignment. Ian Brown had this first. This was the first tweet that came out. Alex Cora said Masataka Yoshida is to start the year in AAA Worcester as he continues to build out his throwing program. Also talked about the second base announcement and talked about Brian Mata and yada, yada, yada. But everyone took that first part about Yoshida and said, whoa, Yoshida's being optioned. Whoa, Yoshida's going to start the year in AAA and not put him on the IL. But then we got some clarification from Ian Brown. He can be placed on a 20-day rehab assignment once he is ready. Though he had major surgery on his arm, there is no exemption for position players to be extended on rehab assignments due to arm surgery. Also, he would have to consent to being optioned to the minors, yada, 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 on the terms of his contract. So, not optioned, rehab assignment. The Red Sox had to do something. And the IL made 0 sense because, and I was listening to the Section 10 podcast the other night, they were saying kind of the same thing. If you put him on the IL, that probably would have been, the Players Association probably would have challenged it and said, this is clear roster manipulation because you want to move Devers to DH, you want to move Bregman to third, you want to move Campbell to second base because Massa played in double-digit games and he looked okay. 10 hits, 7 RBIs, 1 home run. The average of 286 is not bad. The OPS is a little bit low. You'd probably like to see that in the 7s or 8s for Massa. But look, they have no idea what they want to do with Masataka Yoshida, and I don't blame them. There is not a spot on the roster for Yoshida right now. The Red Sox wanted Campbell on this team. Clearly, the writing was on the wall from the beginning of camp that they wanted Campbell on this team. And the only way that was going to happen is if you moved Bregman to third, you moved Deris to DH. But how do you do that? Because Masa is filling a huge hole there. So they have no idea what they're going to do with him. So instead, put him on a 20-day rehab assignment, see what happens, and then you make a decision from there. But he, at points, could be your best hitter on the entire team, at least in terms of on-base percentage, in terms of average, in terms of getting hits. So you don't want to get rid of him that soon. So we're going to have to see how these next few weeks play out. But as of right now, the Red Sox have no idea what they're going to do with him. They're trying to get his trade value up. That's clearly what they're trying to do. That's why Cora was talking about having him play in the outfield at points this year when they were not going to allow him to touch a single shred of grass in Fenway last year. It's all weird. I don't know. But you let me know. Does Bosley get traded before the trade deadline? This is probably their one out because I don't think you're going to DFA him. They might if they get desperate, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're going to try their best to trade him. So does he get traded? Type a T if you think he does. Type a D if you think a trade gets denied. Let me know in the comments. I'm torn. I don't know. His trade value is zilch, zero right now. So unless he comes out and absolutely balls out in the major league level again, I don't really know what his trade value is going to be. But you guys let me know. T for trade, D for denied. That's where I'm going to end it today, guys. Once again, I'm going to hit you with a quick reminder. If you've not already, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I'm going to be boots on the ground for the first 3 games of the Red Sox season in Arlington, Texas. I'm going to be posting shorts. I'm going to be posting clips on YouTube, and I'm going to be doing videos from the stadium after every single game. Do not miss out. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And until next time, go Sox.